I may have been your fool for quite a while. Truly thought the words that you would speak were intended just for me. Really thought the truth would set me free, and I wanted to believe. tell me how I should bleed for both of us. Shallow like an actress, but deep enough to drown in.